Hey my everythings, I hope that you all are doing well. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you would like to get notified anytime that new reads are being posted, please feel free to subscribe and also hit that notification bell so that you can get those notifications, okay? This read is going to be for Capricorn. Capricorn, I'm seeing that this read is strongly influenced by Jupiter energy. Jupiter goes through an orbital cycle every 11 years. Jupiter specifically influences the experience of good fortune, growth, prosperity, expansion, and healing. Okay, usually Jupiter influences anything that is coming from the southwestern wind. The southwestern wind has to do with the process of power. Nonetheless, during the cycle of this read, I am seeing that the spirit of true self is seeking security and style. So maybe the way that you do things, okay? I'm seeing that you're being perceived as like a backseat Romeo. I don't know what that's about. However, if that's how you're being received or perceived, only you know what that means, right? So then I'm also seeing the local police, right? Somehow the local police are also involved with how you are being received or perceived as like a backseat Romeo. Yeah. Then I'm also seeing stubbed toes and stun guns in reverse. So it's showing me that like there may be like in some kind of way where you may have hurt yourself that you regret, right? Or in some type of way how you didn't feel like you needed to defend yourself from some kind of way that you may have hurt yourself, or you didn't hurt yourself, or something like that. Like, or maybe like how ever the local police were involved, you weren't shocked by how you didn't hurt yourself in the situation. So in some kind of way you defended yourself, though in a way where you did not hurt yourself is what I'm seeing. So you could be like a police officer or something like that, or maybe in some kind of way the local police have been your form of defense to protect yourself from hurting yourself. It's kind of what I'm seeing. But I'm also seeing that you're being received as a backseat Romeo, and you're seeking security in your style. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit tickled by that. Yeah. So I'm also seeing that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson in regard to partnerships and community building with the northern wind. With that northern wind, I'm seeing your neighborhood, family values, and giving a hug. So with the northern wind, it specifically has to do with the element air, right? And northern wind also marks like the ending of something, ending of cycles, things like that. And like I said, with Jupiter energy involved in the process of this read, it is showing me that change type of energy, like you're in a time of change and transformation, which is also in alignment with what's going on with the earth as we are in autumn season, right? So it's just showing me that everything is in alignment, right? So your neighborhood, your family values, like I said, this is how you navigate through your community as a sovereign, right? And then with the local police being a representation of that form of safety and security, and you just have like your own style and how it is that you operate and do things within your community. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing with that northern wind, giving a hug. And the most interesting thing about like giving someone a hug is that they feel safe, they feel comforted. And with that local police card, I'm just feeling like the energy of protection and service and making people feel safe, especially with the stun guns in reverse. It's like sometimes just your presence is enough to make people feel safe, right? I'm hearing church also. Okay. So then I'm also seeing that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson in regard to perception with the eastern wind, where you are learning a lesson or have learned a lesson about mirrors, or being a point of reflection of time for other people, or people being a point of reflection of other time for you. In the regard to the northern wind with your neighborhood and family values, what I'm really seeing in regard to mirrors is like you are going to be a reflection of the community that you're navigating through, right? Or you overcome the challenges of that community, or you do what needs to be done to make the community a better and more safe space. That's one of the things that I can, touch in and agree with, especially as we all come together in prayer for a better and healthier and happier and more peaceful world, is that the cost of living in certain areas can be lower. However, is the community safer? You know what I mean? So, and I know that a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, because I only pay this certain amount of money for rent in the area though, right? And I used to bring that up in job interviews, right? And I would be like, because they would ask me like, well, what is your, some jobs would be like, well, what is like your desired salary? And I'm like, well, considering the area and how far I would have to commute to get back and forth to work, take that into consideration, how much it would cost me in fuel to get back and forth to work, or transit to get back and forth to work. And then, like I said, the area and the cost of living in that area, and how safe my job is willing to pay for me to be in the place that I call home, right? And I think that made like a lot of the jobs that I did interview with kind of like look at themselves, where it's like, you're right, we do want you to live somewhere where you feel safe and comfortable, because you're working here to pay for that safe space, that place to call home, and you go there to get rested, rejuvenated, and come in, with a positive, healthy state of mind. And jobs really have to touch in and agree with that as well. So I did bring that up in interviews in the past, so being in a safe community, I can tell that Capricorn, you are a part of that larger scale. I'm hearing trifecta, where the position or the role that you play in your community as you navigate as a sovereign in your neighborhood, and you have your own family values and things that you've been raised up on morally or even culturally. And then with the local police card, it's just like it's showing me that you contribute to making people feel safe, making them feel comfortable, right? And they don't feel like threatened, or like that they are putting themselves in harm's way with that stub toes and stun guns card in reverse, okay? And that is your style. That's what I'm seeing. So that is what you're seeking security in, or that is what people are finding in, the style and the way that you do things as being your security. So it's kind of reminding me of Shaft, like that old movie Shaft, So they had the old one is like an original, and then they have the more recent one where I think it's Samuel L. Jackson that plays Shaft. Anyway, so I'm seeing engagement ring. So this could have to do with like a romantic or a personal relationship, and you making that person feel safe and secure within your community, right? Also with the mirrors card, I'm seeing like that quote, product of your environment. So maybe the area that you do live in is safe, and you however it is that you have come into the energy of this read, you're reflecting upon others that they've raised you well, or you're giving that affirmation to your community that you feel safe and that you want to be a reflection of that safety and security that you've always felt. And that's kind of what I'm seeing with the mirrors card. So with engagement ring, I'm seeing higher commitment, eternity, partnership and union and completion. So that could also be related to a job as well. So take it as it resonates. You could be signing like a work contract, making an agreement with that commitment card, or like I said, it could be a romantic commitment. Okay, it may be a romantic commitment because I'm seeing the seduction card. So with seduction, it says attraction, teasing, hookups, and date, maybe a third party or some type of temptation energy that's associated with, like I said, you were being received as a backseat Romeo. Though with the engagement ring card, it's like maybe some people are jumping to conclusions about you and they don't really have all of the facts with the neighborhood card and family values. Because if you're thinking about being engaged or committing yourself to someone, though all these other people are thinking that you're like a backseat Romeo, it's like somewhere in there may be people like starting rumors, maybe lying on you, or saying, reflecting on you with that mirror energy, their kind of entertainment, And I'm just seeing with this grounding card, and as a challenge, something that you have to overcome, or something that your style has to overcome, right? Because these people may be receiving or perceiving you to be in that kind of energy. And as you ground yourself more in that commitment and engagement type of energy, then you will be seen more as stable and secure with an energy of growth and endurance, okay? Especially as far as your performance is concerned, when you are in that local police kind of energy, making people feel safe and secure, or you feeling safe and secure and being grounded in who it is that you are, you not being in like a temptation based energy, you know what I mean? And that is all based on your family values and things that you've been raised on, and what works in your community that you're trying to be accepted in. Everyone has different communities that they alter who it is that they are, or grow into who it is that they are based off of what is taught to them within their community. So take it as it resonates, okay? Lastly, I'm seeing wedding rings. So somebody's definitely getting married. With this wedding rings card, I'm seeing union and marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, and a sense of devotion and family values. So with that family values card and the sense of giving a hug and being like you and being united within your community and your neighborhood, it being a safe space, not just for you, though maybe for your romantic partner, is a major and important part of what's going to happen during the cycle of this read. So let's get into it. So if you're not familiar with how it is that I do my reads, I do them based on time that has been offered or is available to me for me to be able to share the message with you. So thank you. The time that has been offered to me is the 7 of Rods. With this 7 of Rods, it's just like somebody maybe in the spirit realm or ancestors kind of being like, there are people that are trying to do some work to try and attack you. So we just letting you know to make sure that you stay ready. Make sure you defend yourself. Make sure you say your prayers. Make sure you protect yourself. And you know, with the Seven of Rods, it's like you have the energy and the ability to protect and defend yourself. So thank you. With the Seven of Rods energy, it is being received as like refined, purified, swift and delightful. So what is quick and delightful? So it's really making me think about like water. That's kind of like the energy that I'm getting. And the reason why I'm seeing it that way is, I'll give like a brief story about it. It's like when I was younger, I lived in an area, a neighborhood, and I can kind of see the connection with the local police. I lived in an area, neighborhood that was not so great, right? I lived in one of the most dangerous cities in America, and obviously the tap water is a little bit questionable. So we were at my grandmother's house quite often when I was younger, and that's because she was an elementary school teacher, and we went to school at the elementary school that she taught at. So we would, during the weekdays, like stay the night at her house and then come home with her after work, you know. So it was a way easier transition for my mom to make sure that we got to school and that we got home, right? She was very lucky to have my grandmother be in that position and that role in our lives, and also being willing to make sure that we got, you know, to school and from school, right? So my grandmother used to also order purified spring water to be delivered to the house. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those really big jugs. And yeah, so we drank like a lot of purified water when we were younger. So I'm kind of seeing that where things normally would have been to your detriment, right? Where you could have gotten more sick or had more mental or physical health issues or anything like that that counts against people that live in underprivileged areas or communities. We really did have the ability to overcome some of those challenges by the way of just something that people take for granted as just as little as drinking water. And I'm not saying that I'm so uppity or bougie or whatever that I don't drink tap water, because I'm also a Girl Scout, and to us, a lot of times in my life, water is just water. Though I do get a sense of like why someone would be like, regardless, I'm protected, right? Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, I claim that. I accept it, I appreciate it. God, source energy that provides all of my safety and security, also shielding me from attacks of vulnerability, and sending love and light and healing energy to those that even thought that they were righteous in their efforts to attack people that were vulnerable and born into those cities and states and circumstances or situations that are unfortunate and definitely outside of their control. So we want to wish them healing from the inside, because so with the Seven of Swords Seven of Swords. So with the Seven of Rods energy, I do thank you for that offering. It definitely helps us light workers get through those challenges in times of vulnerability when we're young. So thank you. Now focusing on you. The energy that I see you in for the cycle of the read is this Queen of Pentacles paired with this King of Rods. And I think that with that Seven of Rods, it's also a reminder, like, make sure that you at least try to drink some purified water if you have the access or the capability to. So I will make great efforts to accept the purified water whenever it's offered to me. So I do see you in an energy of the Queen of Pentacles paired with the King of Rods. With this King of Rods energy, I'm seeing someone that's prioritizing and focusing on the family, right? You are in this leadership energy and position where you operate as, what is the word? Like the shot caller, right? Like you, I'm also hearing like the administration. So someone in like a senior leadership role, whether if it's at work or within your community. You could be a lieutenant, you could be a sergeant, it could be something in like the military or anything like that. And furthermore, in the dynamic of a household, you could be a father, grandfather, some type of figure that demonstrates some type of dominance and ability to make decisions for the whole unit, right? So that's what I'm seeing with this King of Rods energy, though I'm also seeing it pair with the Queen of Pentacles energy. And this Queen of Pentacles energy is someone that is wealthy and financially abundant and secure. So this could be the coming together of you two. These could be a representation of your parents and you coming from them, right? And that's just what I'm seeing with this Queen of Pentacles. This is obviously someone that is wealthy, well established, well moneyed, someone that makes proper and accurate investments. And this could all, the unity or union of these two, right, could also be a representation of those family values and how it's carried throughout your neighborhood and your community, right? These two together obviously would have the priority would be the safety, wellness, and abundance that comes from your offspring. And the fact that you all established that on your own is what would be mirrored out in your community, right? So having this wealthy woman, there is a sense of independence that does come with her, right? And then this man that focuses on the security, stability, and the decisions that are made for the family, and them being in an energy of like honor and respect to each other. I just see it as something prosperous, harmonious, and definitely with that Jupiter energy, okay? So go ahead, y'all, or you. So you are being received in this. See, I done gave all of this information about these two energies together, and then you're being received as not hostile, not aggressive, not neglected, not pathetic, not what else does it say? Not pitiful, not distressed, not disgraceful, not rejected, not aggressive, not warlike. So it's just showing me like this must be like a really nice community, okay? Because I'm also, as soon as I pick the cards of this like honor and respect for each other, and yeah, y'all have really good energy. So it's just so interesting. Well, whoever that is, whoever you are, you have like really good energy with a combination of those two. And it's just showing me like with this Backseat Romeo card, it's just like people really don't know what they're talking about when it comes to you, or their perception is a little bit distorted of you. And that's because you have that energy of like you being attractive, there being a sense of temptation between you and whoever. And though what I'm also seeing is that there's the engagement ring, there's that commitment, like I said, those family values and the grounding that is like you're in transition of becoming more grounded in what matters most to you. So than that wedding ring. So there's the engagement ring card that we started with, and then there's the wedding ring card that we end with. So, right. In the past position during the cycle of this read, I am seeing the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups could represent what it is that you're passionate about. Maybe you purchasing or buying that engagement ring, or someone asking you to marry them, right? That's just what I'm seeing with this Ace of Cups. That's like a new love offer or something that you're passionate about. Though with the engagement ring card that we started out with, you being in this Queen of Pentacles and King of Rods energy, and the family values card, it's just really giving this was an engagement. So you got engaged, right? And then I'm seeing this is something that maybe you were praying about with that Jupiter energy, manifesting something that you magnetize to you, a destiny that you magnetize to you, or that this other person magnetized to you all, manifestive energy. You're being received as lively and hopeful of the future, okay? Then I'm seeing you in this 10 of Cups energy. So whatever happened after the engagement, I'm guessing you said yes, or I do. Either one. You were in a very joyful energy, right? This is like extreme, absolute happiness, wish fulfillment, joy, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, God type of energy, right? So with that 10 of Cups, I'm just seeing it's giving like that happily ever after energy. You are being received in this energy as like funny, witty, amusing, though also delicate and fragile. So there's something about this part of your life that does have a sense of like, or did have a sense of like whimsical energy, where, like I said, it did feel like happily ever after. It did feel like honeymoon phase, even if it's like the engagement, just the same as like when you start dating someone. And that could also been have what it was, like you started dating someone, then you went through the honeymoon phase, and right, what's next? So, or you got engaged and then you went through like something like a honeymoon phase after that, and then there comes planning the wedding or whatever the situation was, or you got married and then there was the actual honeymoon, and you know. So next I'm seeing that someone was in this Knight of Pentacles energy. This could be the other person, or this could have been you. This could always be you. When it's like one individual energy, it could always be you. And with this Knight of Pentacles energy, it's just showing me someone is really focused on their money, focused on their finances. So considering the fact that we are all in bliss and happiness and joy from saying yes, right? Someone is like, I need to focus more on my money though, right? So this King of Rods is someone that is very grounded and rooted in healthy family values, prioritizing the family. And this Queen of Pentacles is obviously an energy of someone that like is really well moneyed and financially stable and secure. Nonetheless, during the cycle of this read, I am seeing either you or this other person and this Knight of Pentacles energy. And this is someone that is like, but I gotta focus on my money too though. I gotta build up these finances, and that may have come from just, you know, after being in that honeymoon phase and seeing, I'm not gonna say the cost of love, right? Though I will say, like, it was a time that you learned a lesson in regard to the kind of neighborhood that you want to live in, that you want to feel comfortable in starting a family, right? So it's not necessarily the cost of love, though, comfort. Not just comfort, though also security. So as you're seeking security in your style and the way that you do things, I am just seeing that with the Knight of Pentacles, what's important at this point in time as you transition from that quote unquote honeymoon phase of your relationship, your engagement, or your marriage, that you're like, and I gotta focus on my money too. So let me communicate that effectively to my person so that as I'm moving forward in this Three of Rods energy, and this is the last card for the cycle of the read, is understood how it is that I'm preparing myself with the necessary tools for my success, and I'm willing to let go of what does not serve that success. Okay? So with this Three of Rods energy, you are being received as lively, spirited, very powerful, brave, courageous, strong, though also very easygoing when it comes to like letting go. Like all the ships that have sailed, you're like, I don't want to be a player no more, right? You let them ships sail and you're focusing on what is important to you, prioritizing those family values, focusing on your finances, like I said, and you're leaving the past behind you. So you're focusing on what's coming in the future. And what comes after the Three of Rods is the Four of Rods, and the Four of Rods represents stability and security. So superseding the Three of Rods and you being in that Knight of Pentacles energy, you being received as passionate about focusing on your finances, you being received as like comical and funny at this point in time in your life. So like you are still enjoying that energy that you're exchanging with your partner, and you too are also being received as like delicate, and I'm seeing that you just need to be graceful with yourself, right? Be tender and graceful with yourself or with your partner. And like I said, how it is that you're communicating with that person, it is just showing me that like there is no aggression, there is no like toxic type of energy that is associated with you going into this phase of your stability, because Jupiter is behind you 100% with that growth and good fortune and prosperity. So, and because you're in this easygoing type of energy with this Three of Rods, it makes the transition go so much easier, because it's like, do I have to power struggle with you to let go of certain things, or can we just move forward? And I can give you what it is that you want. And I'm just seeing you in this Three of Rods energy where you're like, you're getting what it is that you want because you're not pushing and pulling with God. You're just going with the flow and you're following your calling because it's in alignment with what it is that you actually want. Okay? So we have a scripture, Deuteronomy 28:8. The Lord will command the blessings on you in your storehouses and in all to which you set your hand, and he will bless you in the land which the Lord your God is giving you. So you know what that's giving? It's giving the Four of Rods energy. Like, I am giving you what it is that you want and that you need, so that you feel stable, secure, successful, happy, healthy, and you know, you're in that energy of good fortune and favor when it comes to God and your relationship. It's been designed for you. You are in alignment because you are being a point of reflection of time, not only for your partner, you know, that you express commitment to, though also is being shared within your community with the people that were once seeing you as a backseat Romeo. You're revealing to them by the grace of God that your style is built on family values, really. Okay? So then in the future, I'm seeing that you will be in this Knight of Cups energy. So it could be you or it could be someone else, right? This Knight of Cups is someone that is ambitious and passionate, about how it is that they move forward in regard to how they manage their emotions. So I'm seeing someone doing the inner work. You don't want to necessarily be rooted in an energy of like seduction or teasing someone or hooking up with anyone or any type of third party. So this could be someone like maybe from your past that tries to come into your life, right? As that test. I'm just saying that could be what it is. And I'm not projecting that will be what happens, though. You got to remember that whole mirroring energy so exists in duality, that this could either be someone else coming into your life, testing to see if you are emotionally mature and ready for that wedding rings energy, right? Though as I'm seeing this could also represent, that you will overcome that challenge because it's a time to do the inner work. So this could also be just you focusing on your childhood traumas or things that don't sit well with you, because you want to be in a healthy space with your partner that you're building a future with. Okay, so in this King of Cups energy, King of Cups, if you end up in the King of Cups energy, you are obviously going to be more emotionally intelligent, more emotionally stable, more emotionally secure, and that is the energy that you're obviously projecting that you'll be in, because you're doing the work in the future, so further in the future, right? So you're doing the work now, probably in your future, to make sure that you are emotional, you're doing work so that you can be more emotionally stable and secure and process your emotions in a healthy way. So good for you. Like I said, you are passionate and ambitious about how it is that you move forward, and you don't only just want your cup to be filled, though you want to be able to fill the cups of others as well. Okay, you are being received in this energy as dignified, honorable, distinguished, not crazy, not horrifying. So if that is someone else that's coming in and testing your emotional and spiritual maturity, you are being received as someone that is respectful, someone that is dignified and committed to your partner, and standing true to what it is that you already signed yourself up for. Okay, so then I'm seeing you in the Tower reverse. So that means that whatever attack that someone tried to make towards you, which was probably God, right? That test to see if you are becoming more spiritually and emotionally mature, you pass that test with the Tower reverse. What the Tower reverse is showing that everything comes crashing down at your feet, not that something unexpected happens that throws you off and that you gotta build back up from, right? You are standing on strong, firm ground, because towards the end of the cycle of the read, you were in the Three of Rods. Yeah, so you're like in that energy of like you're making healthier and happier choices, and in regard to relationships as well. You don't want to be a player no more, or you don't want to be simping, right? You don't want to be considered no backseat Romeo. You ain't no tease. And as far as like this other person that may have come along, or whatever the situation was, only you know what it was, so take it as it resonates. I'm just hearing you like you put your player card away and you prioritizing, grounding yourself in what matters most. And the reason why I'm saying that is because that Tower reverse card also came out with the Page of Pentacles and the grounding card. So what I'm seeing is it was a lot easier for you to not get yourself into relationship troubles that would put a hindrance or a problem on the stability of or solidarity of what you signed yourself up for with the relationship, right? You made it easier for yourself to not be in a tower and have to build up again because you were focusing on your finances. And I think that was God's plan, right? Because in the future, that's the reason why, like, it's almost like you navigated through it by removing yourself from certain people's story, right? You don't want to be involved with none of your exes. You're not trying to be out in the streets because you asked someone to marry you. You got this engagement ring card out there. You expressed commitment. You want to be in something serious long term. And so then you were focusing on your finances. Then you were letting certain ships just sail. Like, time gonna do what time gonna do. And I'm just seeing that energy of like, and I'm going to focus on my money because that's what I told myself I was going to do, right? So, as you are remaining grounded in what matters most, focusing on grounding, stability, security, your performance, that helps put you more upright with this Page of Pentacles energy, because you are being received as like charming, captivating, fascinating. So the fact that you got over the hurdle and the challenge, and you disciplined yourself and stayed away from toxic behaviors, distractions. I'm just hearing like you kept yourself out of the way of temptation by focusing on what it is that you probably told God that you were going to focus on, and which was your finances, building up that security that you felt like was necessary for the security of your family, is what I'm seeing. You're being received in this energy as brave and courageous, because it does take a lot to discipline yourself to do that when you could just be wild and all outside like everybody else. And that's just facts. So making a choice to want to live that kind of lifestyle, it to those that are wild and all outside, you're just being received as like brave. Okay. Also prophetic and far seeing into the future. So you do overcome that Tower reverse, like, so the Tower reverse is not really a challenge or an issue, though the Tower reverse paired with the Page of Pentacles coming out sideways is just showing like, because you focused on that grounding energy and remained rooted and grounded in what matters most, and that's the stability and security of your finances, letting old relationships go, moving on in a healthy way. That is why the Tower is reversed, and you get to continue on this process to getting closer to your dreams, right? And then I'm seeing, look at you, or whoever this is. I'm gonna say that it's you, because what? In this King of Pentacles energy. So remember, you started out during the cycle of the read in the King of Rods paired with the Queen of Pentacles energy, where y'all were coming into union together. You're obviously prioritizing family, or you're prioritizing your finances, or, you know, both of you are coming together in that energy of family and money, pretty much setting the tone for your family in the future, right? And also observation, and also being in observation of how that's reflected in your neighborhood and your community, because you got to raise your children in this area if you have children, okay? So then during the cycle of the read, you're either being received as this Knight of Pentacles, or this Knight of Pentacles is coming into your energy as someone that, you know, it's kind of funny, right? Someone that you give grace to, or it's a graceful energy that you're in with yourself, and you're just joyful and happy about where it is that you are in life, though you are very passionate about having your mind on your money and your money on your mind, right? Because you want to build a stable financial security. So then in the future, and that's where it comes from, so I'm sure that that Knight of Pentacles in the past was you during the cycle of the read, and then this has to also be you. So in the future, I'm seeing that you end up in this King of Pentacles energy, where all of that hard work and the ability to let go of what wasn't serving you, I'm not going to call it a sacrifice, because I'm seeing that it happened gracefully and naturally, and you had a lot of fun actually being able to let go of it. A lot of people don't experience it that kind of way. It is sometimes like a push and pull, and then it's hard, and yeah, I'm just seeing that like you definitely deserve to be in this King of Pentacles energy, because you put in all of the hard work. So this King of Pentacles is obviously the divine masculine version of the Queen of Pentacles energy. It is someone that is financially secure, abundant, made some good investments, may still continue to make some really good financial investments, and You also have more than enough financial abundance and security to the point where you distribute that like within your community or your family, right? So you also invest in others. I am seeing a transitional card between this energy and where you will be further into the future as being the Chariot. In this Chariot energy, I am seeing a sense of determination and someone moving forward, right? Yeah. You are being received in this King of Pentacles energy as worldly, universally accepted. So it's a really good, maybe you are like, you have a really good job, right? Or something that you do for work is like, I'm hearing like it's a coming together for you, right? In this King of Pentacles energy, you are being received as chaste, pure in your intentions, faultless and exact. So financially secure, stable, and whatever it is that you do for others, that, you know, whatever service it is that you provide to others in this energy is not something that harms people, right? Or your community. So then I pulled an angel card and it says to look for a sign. And I was just pulling an overall angel card for the entire read. And this is the part where the angel came in when you are in that King of Pentacles energy. So I guess it's just like a little bit of extra guidance, or someone, you know, in the spirit realm, maybe your guardian angel, maybe an ancestor or something like that, just being there for you, because you will be in that transitional energy of going from the King of Pentacles to this soulmate energy, right? With this soulmate card, it says that there's a soul connection, a partnership, a soul contract with a life partner. So that also, with the wedding rings card, I'm seeing union, marriage, soul connection, everlasting love and devotion. And considering the fact that there was an engagement ring and the wedding rings card, you're determined to move forward and to be in this soulmate energy. It could be coming from both of you, right? You're in this soulmate energy, making sure that that's exactly what God has for you. And I'm seeing that the reason why is because in the future, the world will, you'll need to heal. Well, the world will need to heal, or is in a healing energy. The world is in a healing energy from some type of disappointment, with the Three of Swords and then the Nine of Swords. So that's what I'm seeing. That yeah. In the future, you are in this King of Pentacles energy. You're in transition with the Chariot energy to this world energy, pair with the Three of Swords, pair with the Nine of Swords, right? So with the world energy, it's just showing me that it's all coming together. So when you're looking for this sign, as you're in transition, there is that sense of healing from brokenheartedness and disappointment with this Nine and Three of Swords. And I'm seeing that you are received in this energy as not corrupted, not dishonest, not shady. Though what I'm seeing is needed to be focused on is the energy of arrogance. Okay? And that is why maybe you were overwhelmed. So what I can see, or that you will be overwhelmed, and I'm not projecting that you will go through any of those hardships where like you are overwhelmed and you are arrogant and you are snobby. Though what I am saying is that the world has projected upon human beings, right, by the way of other human beings, that when you are processing some type of heartbreak or disappointment, that as a form of defense, you respond with arrogance or or snobbish behavior. And all I can say is be cautious not to put God in an energy of have you not learned your lesson yet. Okay? Because then that will put you in an energy of being overwhelmed. So what I can say is definitely a time for you to remember that grounding energy, because you, in the past, it's like in the future, though also in the past, you will avert a crisis, you will avert a tower. And that's because you remain grounded in what matters most, right? Though also in the future, further into your future, you will have that energy where you have to confront your demons of arrogance, and you will overcome that challenge because you're not corrupted by evil, right? Though the responsibilities of what comes with being a king of rods and a king of pentacles or the queen of pentacles may become overwhelming, because you also, when you get into union with someone, especially a soulmate connection, and I could talk a little bit about that, is that you don't want to get into a relationship with someone long term where you feel like you have to change the other person. Naturally, they will grow and change on their own. Jupiter makes sure of that, right? So with this soulmate connection, I'm just seeing that there is a soul connection, there is a partnership, there is a soul contract and a life partner that is destined for you. Even if, like I said, you did have to let certain ships just sail. Okay? So, you'll get over the heartbreak, you'll get over the disappointment, and you'll make the choice to remain grounded in what matters most, and acceptance that God is the one that's in control, right? Then as far into your future as I can see is this Four of Cups. With this Four of Cups is a divine offer. So this could be reconciliation, this could be a sense of forgiveness, this could be an opportunity for you to move forward in your life with things on a lighter note, right? And heal what has been broken or that you have been challenged with. You are being received in this energy as lively. Whatever the offer that's going to be made to you by the way of the divine is different, is also eccentric and maybe a little bit bizarre. Though it's also funny and amusing, and it'll bring joy to you, especially after a time where not just you, though a lot of other people in the world have overcome some big change and transformation. Okay, and like I said, there is an angel card that put itself in that position that says to look for a sign when you are in that King of Pentacles energy, because you know that what's about to come. Okay, the emotions and the specific messages for the overall read are for you not to feel ashamed, for you not to feel angry, for you to be open and to remain open to love and receiving love. Someone is thinking about you or you're thinking about someone else, for you not to feel helpless, for you not to feel terrified. I'm seeing that you're missing someone or someone is missing you. For you not to feel afraid, for you to feel devoted, for you not to be enraged, for you to remain kind. Okay? I'm seeing that you're trying to mind your own business, or someone else is trying to mind their own business, or maybe your neighbors need to mind their own business for you to feel good and for you to feel content. So to you, Capricorn, you have quite a lot of interesting transitions and transformations that are going on with your style, your creativity, how it is that you express yourself, as well as how you navigate as a sovereign through your tribe and your community, your neighborhood around you. Like I did say, you have the energy of making people feel safe, though you're also kind of being perceived as like this player, right? And that ain't nobody's business, because if you have the ability to commit and you want to commit yourself to anyone, that's based off of your family values and how it is that you prioritize your family and how you represent what you hold dear to yourself. You are human, so you are vulnerable. Nonetheless, you can be protected and shielded by the grace of God to make sure that whatever lessons that you are meant to learn, that you grow from them and that you can go through it all gracefully and come out of it in love, still with the Creator that had put you on that pathway to begin with. Okay, so I do send you love, light, and healing energy, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Hey my everythings, I hope that you all are doing well. So we have a goal. Do you know how I do the service projects like American Red Cross, Habitat for Humanity, working with FEMA? I'm in the recruitment process for a new government service project. That requires relocation, and your girl needs some money. So if you or anyone that you know is willing to help in the support or the move, I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe because we only have a few months. I know it's like a last minute ask, though this is something that we really need so that everything can go out and make a difference, okay? Thank you so much, and I appreciate you all for supporting the channels.